As a real estate agent, you've received the title commitment from your title company. What do you do now? So let's take a little bit of time today and talk about the major sections of the title commitment and what they mean and how you can explain those to your client. My name is Ahmad. Let's talk title. All right, so today I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about the major sections of the title commitment, what to look for, and some of the areas that you're able to just kind of look past unless the title company is saying something specifically to you. So the first section that you're gonna see on your title commitment is Schedule A. Schedule A is the section of the title commitment that identifies who the parties are. It's going to identify the title company and the title company's underwriter. It's going to identify the sellers, and is going to identify the names of the buyers and also the bank if there's going to be a loan on the property as well. Now, ultimately, when you're receiving the commitment, you want to make sure that the names of the sellers match what's on the contract. So in some instances, there may be someone that's on title that was taken off with a quitclaim deed that wasn't recorded, or someone that's on title that's not showing up on the title search. If there's any discrepancies between what's showing up in Schedule A on the name of the sellers and on the contract, you want to have a discussion with the title company to make sure that there's consistency there, because you want to make sure that the commitment and the contract match up as far as the names of the parties are concerned. Additionally, the names of the buyers are going to show up on the title commitment based on the contract that was delivered over to the title company. And if in the middle of the transaction, either the name of the buyer is changing into a trust or an LLC or a corporation, or an additional person is being added to the title, you want to make sure that that is updated on the commitment as well, because ultimately once the commitment is closed upon, the policy that's going to be issued is going to be based on the names of the buyers that are on the commitment, and we want to make sure that the policy is issued properly. Same thing goes with the names of the lender. You want to make sure that the loan amount and the name of the lender are on there and they are proper, so that the policies that are issued are going to be issued to the proper entity. Then we're going to deal with kind of the meat and potatoes of the title commitment, which is Schedule B1. Schedule B1 is where we have all of our title requirements. So this is going to be a variety of different things. It's some of the procedural things that we need to do in order to close the transaction, such as recording the deed, recording the mortgage, making sure that if there's a spouse that's not showing up on title, that the spouse is also signing off on the deed as well. Additionally, this section is going to show us whether there's any kind of liens associated with the property. And those liens could be things as simple as mortgages. It could also be liens that are in the name of the seller or someone that has a similar name to a seller. So oftentimes you'll note that when a commitment comes back, you'll see someone, let's say if their name is John Smith. There's a lot of John Smiths in a particular county. The commitment is going to ask us to verify that the John Smiths that are on the recorded and certified judgments aren't the same as the John Smith that we have in our transaction, and we're able to clear those issues in most instances by having an affidavit signed at the time of closing. However, if our seller is in fact the person that has that judgment, we're going to need to collect that information, get the payoff amount from the proper governmental authority or from the proper bank, and make sure we clear that and pay that at the time of closing. And then we have our Schedule B2s. Schedule B2s, there's a few areas that are important to us. Primarily is whether or not the survey exception is going to carry over to the final policy. And what I mean by that is, if there's a survey that's done at the time of the transaction, then the survey exception won't carry over to the policy, meaning that whatever is covered under the policy is going to be consistent with what shows up on that land survey. However, if there's no survey that's done, for example, if it's a cash deal, then the final policy that's going to be issued is going to say specifically that anything that would have shown up on a proper land survey is not going to be covered because no survey was done. As if you have any questions on any commitments that you've received, feel free to reach out to us here at Landtrust Title of Central Florida. We'd love the opportunity to explain what a commitment is and any of the specific requirements you guys might be dealing with, and we look forward to working with you guys in the future. Thank you very much.